Du Plessis isn't just beating people, he's beating people at their own game. No one can watch these two fight, not these two, DDP and Strickland, and say, well, you know what, DDP should win on the feet. No, that's not how he does it. I'll get into how he does it right now. He just plants his feet down, swings, not just swings actually, there's some technique behind it, but basically anyone that has any game plan that makes them fight better, DDP has a counter for it. The guy's really well rounded despite the fact that he is breathing with his mouth open, gasping and heaving for air. On the other hand, we have Khamzat Chimaev. He's been lurking in the shadows for quite some time now. Like basically 2 years ago, we thought he would get a title shot after he beat Gilbert Burns, but whoops, look at that. All of a sudden not getting a title shot, but he's getting Nate Diaz to basically build himself up even bigger, main event to pay-per-view, but doesn't make weight. All of a sudden he's fighting Kevin Holland, beats him, but now there's some like, not a conspiracy, but there's like some theories that he can't make welterweight anymore, to the point where the UFC decides no more welterweight for you, and now he goes to middleweight, fights Costa. If he wins, he probably gets a title shot. Paulo Costa pulls out. He beats Kamaru Usman on short notice, a 170-pounder, and the fight is sort of close enough to the point where you can't put him in a title shot, and then he gets Rob Whittaker and makes short work of him very, very quickly. And now here we are, finally the fight that everyone wants to see, DDP versus Khamzat Chimaev. Sean Strickland was kind of a roadblock in a way that no one really was craving that fight, but now we've got the fight. And I think DDP makes Khamzat Chimaev look almost amateurish, because I'll be honest with you, the times that we've seen Khamzat Chimaev go later into the fight, he hasn't looked the best. Like Kamaru Usman was beating him in the 3rd round. Khamzat just has that really strong style, just starting very, very hard, very fast, going for using all of his energy to get the takedowns and then going for a finish immediately. But DDP, I don't think he can do that. For some reason, DDP just has this ironclad plot armor around him. Like Kamaru Usman was piecing up Khamzat Chimaev in the 3rd round, in my opinion. Gilbert Burns was doing pretty well as Khamzat Chimaev started to wane and his strength got lessened and lessened to the point where Gilbert Burns could literally kick him off of him. DDP's stronger than both those guys. He's stronger. He's faster. He's better. He's just better. Like, the guy has a really well-rounded skill set. Great wrestling. I would love to see how that translates to anti-wrestling. He was taken down by Derek Brunson. Listen, it's Derek Brunson, I get it. But the guy can wrestle. And DDP didn't just get completely squashed there, like a lot of fighters had been. Like, if you remember the fabled Derek Brunson run, he was finishing Darren Till. He was dominating Kevin Holland. Like, he was all these guys he just kept taking down, but DDP out-chatted him, out-muscled him. Edmund Shabazian got completely squashed like a fly. I know it's Edmund Shabazian and everyone squashed him like a fly nowadays, but still, DDP ain't like that. He will be opening his mouth, heaving for air, like, getting back to his feet, but he'll just keep going. Like, how did he beat Sean Strickland on the feet? He just tried harder than him. Not only did he try harder, he planted his feet, stood his base, and was just striking with Sean Strickland. And just out-volleying him, just more varied shots. Khamzat Chimaev isn't that great on the feet. He will be looking for those takedowns. I think DDP could even reverse some takedowns of Khamzat Chimaev and get on top of him. And I don't think the cardio of Khamzat Chimaev is truly something that we can look at and be like, well, that's a positive for him. Because look at what happened to Umar. We were like, oh my god, Umar is just so much more skilled than Merab. Just through pure sheer determination and cardio. Merab Dvalishvili beats Umar Nurmagomedov. I think we can see something very similar here. DDP's strong. He's not going to get tossed around like a child like the other opponents that Khamzat Chimaev's faced have. He's not going to be on the back foot like Gerald Meerschaert, being so hesitant to throw anything in the fear of the takedown that he gets knocked out by one punch. He will start the fight, initiating the offense. He will lose the 1st round, might lose the 2nd round, but everything after that is in DDP's world. He will outpace Khamzat Chimaev. He will outgrind him. I wouldn't be surprised if in the later rounds we see DDP take down Khamzat Chimaev and be on top of him and just dropping big shots on the ground of Khamzat Chimaev. I'm not looking at Khamzat Chimaev striking and thinking to myself, oh my god, I'm really worried about fucking Dricus Du Plessis. Nah. Not worried whatsoever. Khamzat Chimaev is a very basic striker. He's got some powerful shots. It's very easy to not get hit by those specific shots. DDP with a more varied game, kicks, down low, kicks to the body. I understand you might not want to throw as many kicks against Khamzat just because of the takedown threat and everything like that. But let's be honest here, after the 1st and the 2nd round, what are we seeing here? He's not as skillful as Umar is, and Umar gassed out himself as well. I wouldn't be surprised, and I don't think DDP has the cardio of Merab. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that. But when you look at someone that just grits down and just wills himself to victories, it's Dricus Du Plessis. The guy has this mentality of just never stopping and always trying to win every single round that he's ever been a part of. And I like that. And I like that in a fighter that I think is gonna win this fight. DDP versus Khamzat Chimaev. Who you got? I've got Dricus Du Plessis, and I don't think it's gonna be that big of a challenge that everyone's trying to make it out to be. Oh my god, Khamzat Chimaev will dominate the division. No one is worthy to fight Khamzat Chimaev. Baloney. I think Khamzat Chimaev so far has looked really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but we've seen fighters look better tthan Khamzat Chimaev. Remember Francis Ngannou on his run to the title? Remember how quickly he was getting rid of opponents? And then what happened eventually? He ran into someone with better stamina that could make it past the second round from him. And what happened? Taken down, taken down, taken down. You might be saying, oh, well, Francis Ngannou had a more visible deficit to his game than Khamzat does, but does he really? Like, have we really seen Khamzat Chimaev's striking be tested? He's struck with Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns isn't known for being a master of the karate, as they say. I'm not looking at Gilbert Burns and thinking, oh my god, I would give him a black belt in karate or anything like that. Like, his striking is good, it's powerful. It's very much like Khamzat Chimaev, actually. But Khamzat Chimaev was just bigger, had the bigger range, was stronger than Gilbert Burns. Eventually got it done there, but with the takedowns, he was scared to take down Gilbert Burns because of his jiu-jitsu. We've seen people look good against Gilbert Burns. I understand that Gilbert Burns was different to the one that Sean Brady beat, but still, Sean Brady completely shut him down. Khamzat Chimaev was scared. On the feet, he was striking with him. Like, let's be honest, if he strikes on the feet with Bilal Muhammad, that's right, I just said the words Bilal Muhammad. Does Bilal Muhammad beat him at welterweight? If it's just on the feet, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised no one's bringing this up. Bilal could have exposed Khamzat Chimaev. Realistically, right? Because with the grappling nullified, let's be honest, maybe Khamzat Chimaev is just so strong that he just goes for the takedowns and just gets it on Bilal. Bilal is great, and he's really strong. He's a big, bulky dude. He can stuff the takedowns. And I think if he just stays on the feet, I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm about to say something insane right now. If he doesn't crack the Chechenian chin of Khamzat Chimaev and KOs him. And this is Bilal Muhammad, just through sheer volume. And the fact that he's just a better striker than Khamzat, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what people are seeing in Khamzat. Like, he's got a good jab, don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying DDP is some master of karate on the feet either. But the guy is just got a more varied attack on the feet. And everyone thinks, oh, this wrestling of Khamzat is just so good. We just saw what happened to Tatiana Suarez. She was the female Khabib Nurmagomedov. She met her match in Weili Zhang. Why does everyone think that this is just like this impossibility that anyone could possibly survive past the first round against Khamzat Chimaev on the ground? Let's be honest here. Khamzat Chimaev is a couple of racial rants away from being Sean Strickland on Twitter. Like, at this point, it's just the Twitter warrior Khamzat Chimaev. On Twitter, oh, haha, look, it's a fight just ended, Khamzat Chimaev, I'll see you later. 3 years later, we're waiting for him to see that person that we thought he was going to see. Bilal Muhammad, Kamaru Usman at welter, whatever. He fought Usman eventually, in a different weight division on short notice, but whatever. But who was the champions at the time? Leon Edwards, we're still waiting on. Bilal Muhammad, I think they were kind of... Colby Covington, I think he said he would kill. Who else is there? Nate Diaz, still waiting on that fight to happen. It's probably never going to happen again, obviously, but... Alex Pereira, another one that Khamzat Chimaev said he would be coming for. Watch your back. Dricus du Plessis, now he might finally get to fight. There we go. Adesanya is on Twitter talking trash after any of these guys get a win. And it's like, what? You know what I mean? It's like, he's fighting once a year because he can't come to America. And even then, when he's fighting there, the guy is sick all the time. He has like the chicken pox all the time, it feels like. Oh, what's that? A fight's coming up. Oh, what's this? Spots on my hand. Ah! It's taking over. Like the symbiote. The spots just crawl up his arm every time there's a fight announcement. Or anything close to a fight announcement. Like a contract has been sent to Khamzat Chimaev. Oh, Khamzat, can you please sign this contract? Ah! Chicken pox. That just seems to be the Khamzat Chimaev way nowadays. I think the inactivity is a big factor here as well, by the way. The fact that Khamzat Chimaev hasn't fought, or has fought once a year for the last 2 years, is worrisome. Like, what kind of conditioning does this guy have? Like, I understand he came back and looked amazing against Robert Whittaker, who did... Listen, right? I'll get hate for this. He did kind of quit, because that wasn't a choke that was going to finish him. It just broke his teeth. He could have fought through the pain, probably, but I'm not going to lie to you. I take one leg kick and I'm tapping out. So I can't really talk on this matter, like having your teeth actually jaw bent inwards. One leg kick and I'm tapping out, and I've had enough. I'm getting out of the cage. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I could beat Khamzat Chimaev or any women's strawweight at that matter. That's a lie. I gotta go take some of those unranked bums. But anyway, what was I saying? Yes, Khamzat Chimaev, the inactivity. Like, he's always ill. Like, how good is his immune system? How good is his cardio? Because if you think about it, a lot of these illnesses affect your actual internal organs. I don't think he's getting in the cardio that he needs. I understand he trains in the mountains, but we've seen him get tired. I think DDP gets it done. Just more well-rounded. I don't think he's as good a wrestler as Khamzat, but he's good enough to survive the first and the second round. And maybe even putting some more pressure of his own. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if in the second round, all of a sudden, DDP's landing some big strikes. Khamzat's going for a lazy takedown, and all of a sudden, DDP just, like, finds himself on top of Khamzat. The pick's going to be Dricus du Plessis by knockout in the 4th round. And that's the pick. And that's going to be the pick. Anyway, subscribe to my channel. 232 subscribers. Let's get me to 250 subscribers. Make sure to like, share, and hit the notification. And comment below for this video. Who do you think is going to win? I think DDP, and I'm going to say it right now. I will be putting money on Dricus du Plessis when this happens. See you next time.